section of IELTS examination. My name is Sapna Dhamija and I would be your examiner for this part of the test. This test would be recorded. May I know your full name, please?
Yes, my name is Anurit Kaur.
How may I address you?
You may address me by my first name Anurit.
Okay, where do you come from, Anurit?
I come from a small village named Handa, which is located in northern part of India under the district Sangrur.
Do you think it is a good place for living?
Yes, it is such a good place for living. I lived there since my childhood. There are basic amenities available such as education and health facilities and many more.
Okay, good. Few questions will be based on weekends. Do you like weekends?
Yes, of course, I like weekends because I get enough time to spend with my family and I also get a break from my monotonous routine.
How do you usually spend your weekends? Do you study or work?
I usually spend my weekends with my family and friends. Sometimes I just relax at home and talk with my family, and sometimes I go for outings with my friends.
Great. Do you plan your weekends, Anurit?
No, I do not plan my these days. I just do what I want. But sometimes whenever I want to go out with my friends, then I have to plan my things.
When do you spend time with your family?
I spend mornings and evenings with my family. In mornings we have breakfast together and in the evenings we have dinner together and also we watch TV together.
That's great. Do you like working on weekends?
No, I do not like working on the end of the week because I want to spend time with my family.
Do you think the weekends are more important to you than when you were a child now?
Yes, weekends are more important than when I was a child because when I was a child, then I did not have a hectic schedule, but nowadays I have a very busy schedule. That's why I always look for weekends.
Okay, Anurit, few questions will be based on colors. What is your favorite color?
I like all colors, but black is my favorite color because it is so bright and fun color.
What is the color you dislike?
I do not like brown color because I feel it is so bored and dull color.
Okay. What color makes you uncomfortable in your room?
Well, blue makes me uncomfortable in my room. I want to paint the walls of my room with light shades.
Okay. Do you like to wear dark or bright colors?
I like to wear dark or bright colors in winters, but I prefer to wear light shades in summer.
Okay. Few questions will be based on text messaging. Do you like texting?
Yes, definitely. I like texting because I can share my feelings with my friends through text messages, and I also think that it is very convenient method to talk with my friends.
Okay. What do you prefer, sending or receiving messages?
I prefer both. I do not mind if anyone sends me message, and I also like to send messages to my friends.
Have you ever received confusing text?
Yes, a couple of months ago, I received a very confusing text message from the fake account of my brother identification.
Okay. In what circumstance is making a phone call better than sending a text message?
It is better to make phone call rather than sending text message in emergency situations because sometimes the people do not check the message immediately, but they can pick up the call immediately.
Great.
Thank you, ma'am.
That's good. You have attempted part 1. Now I'm going to ask a cue card and you will have to speak for 2 minutes, but before that I'm giving you 1 minute to plan your answer, right? So you can use this paper and pencil for making notes. Okay, your time starts now, Anurit.
Well, being a travel enthusiastic person, I love to explore new places to enhance my knowledge. Here, I would like to talk about a journey when I traveled by car. I vividly reminisce last year, my friends and I went on an excursion to Himachal Pradesh to enjoy our summer vacations. because it is really a beautiful hill station and many religious places are over there. We traveled by car because at that time one of my friend had bought new car and he planned an excursion to the destination, and we also thought that car is a convenient method to commute, and we can carry all essential things with us. We also carried cooked meals and drinks with us. We enjoyed a lot while traveling. Initially, we went to Patiala and then Chandigarh. There, we took a rest for 2 hours and then we continued our journey to the destination. When we reached Himachal Pradesh, there we stayed at Hotel Moonstar because our trip was of 14 days, and from next day we explored ample tourist attractions there such as Clock Tower, Mall Road and many more. It was such a wonderful experience for us because we experienced snow for the first time. We enjoyed a lot. I felt so elated after visiting there because the excursion helped me to know more about the culture and tradition of the Himachal Pradesh and the atmospheric condition of there. To recapitulate it, this was the journey when I traveled by car.
Thank you. That's great. Now I'm going to ask some follow-up questions which will be based on your cue card. Okay? What will cars be like in the future, Anureet?
Future is uncertain. No one can predict what will be happening in the future. According to my perspective, cars will be automatic in the future, as nowadays we see cars which run on electricity rather than fuel, and I also think that cars will be driverless in the future, which make easy for the people to commute within less time.
Great. Okay, what's the difference between men's and women's preference on cars?
Gender differences are now gender difference is now disappearing, but it exists in certain situations, as in the case of cars. Men always prefer to buy cars which is costly and looking good for them. They always buy cars which has great and complex features, whereas women prefer to buy cars which is convenient and comfortable for them.
You mean to say that men's always like to buy some adventurous cars
Yes,
or
ma'am.
with high-tech features?
Yes.
Is it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What are the differences between bicycle and private cars?
There are biggest differences between the bicycles and private cars. Bicycles are much cheaper than private cars, and bicycle always benefit to the people health, as by using bicycle people remains healthy as it involves some type of exercise. And bicycles do not run on any kind of fuels, whereas private cars are beneficial for the individuals when they go out together with the family, and private cars are also useful in the bad weather conditions.
Okay. Why do people like to have private cars?
People prefer to have private cars because they think that it is comfortable for them to commute from one place to another. They also think that they can go together with the family, and it is always beneficial for the family when there are elderly and disabled persons at home, and cars are also beneficial in the bad weather condition.
Is it a good thing that everyone has his or her own car nowadays?
In recent time, I do not consider it is good for people to have his or her own car because pollution is at the peak nowadays. If everyone has his or her own car, then it leads to more pollution and traffic congestion on roads. It contributes to more pollution, and it is not good for the health of individual.
Okay. How to buy a private car in India?
People can buy a private car when firstly people have to go to showroom, then he has to select best car for him, and then he has to pay the price of the best car. For example, last week my father purchased a new car. Firstly he went to the showroom, then he selected best car for him, and then he paid the price for the car.
So these are the steps that you can buy the car.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you, Nidhi. This is end
Thank
of the
you.
test. Thanks. Hello, everyone. So now this is time to give the feedback for Anureet speaking. In the part 1, she had done rare grammatical and pronunciation errors, though she was very much confident while answering each and every question. I asked 3 different parts and she had answer of every question with elaboration and she was very much confident. If you are doing some rare errors like Anureet, then you will be getting 2 out of 2 in part 1. There is no chances of deduction of score. The condition is that you just are doing some rare errors as Anureet. In part 2, I am really amazed as the difficult words she used very easily. So here she used variety of different words like explode, travel enthusiastic, excursion, all essentials, cooked meals, initially, and destination. She said, I experienced that. I was elated rather than saying I was happy. The one mistake she had done over the repetition of a word excursion when she was defining her journey, then she was repeating this word. She repeated thrice this word. So avoid this mistake because repetition marks always will be deducted in your this score will be deducted in your IELTS speaking if you are doing. Moreover, she had used variety of complex and compound sentences while answering. Not only and but also she used expressions initially, moreover, and in the end she concluded the topic by saying to recapitulate. So I suggest rather than saying to recapitulate, in the end I would like to say, as she used some ready-made words over here, so avoid ready-made words if you want to get good score. In part 3, when she was answering about the first question, this was what will cars be like in the future, she used a very common line which generally like more than 85% students who appear in IELTS speaking, they use this line, a future is uncertain. So examiner knows this is a crammed line, so you will not be given score for this. So avoid this line that whenever you'll be asked any future based question and if you are answering future is uncertain, don't add this line unnecessarily in every question. And avoid the ready-made sentences too. In question number 3, it was that what's the differences between bicycle and private cars. She used here that much cheaper than cars. Bicycles are much cheaper. So it's much cheaper. This is very wrong. You have to use here the more cheaper. But this much cheaper she used. That's why I'll just deduct marks over here. And in part 3, that she had a very strong opinion. She had relevant ideas. When I was asking some why question, then she was particularly defining that too. So if you are doing speaking like this, you'll be able to get 6.5 or 7 band in final examination. And today, because of this, I gave her 7 bands. Thank you so much.